Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to set up our stock tank pool. I originally built this in 2020 and set it up again the following year, and it's been down for a couple of years after we moved here to this house. So I got a pad set up for it, and I got that leveled out yesterday. I'm going to show you what all parts I have for it, the pump, where I drilled the holes, what kind of tank it is, the whole 9 yards. So if you want to do one yourself, you should be able to do it with this video. So let's start off with the tank itself. It's an 8-foot diameter, 2-foot deep poly stock tank, and I picked this up at Tractor Supply. Back then I think it was like $4.50. Now they've gone up a little bit. And so yesterday I brought in some dirt and I built up the ground here to make it level, and then I topped it with about 1.5 inches of sand. So I got that pad nice and level there. Eventually I think I'm going to make a retaining wall here and then fill it in more. And we have this sitting right next to our shipping container. This adds a little bit of privacy from the neighbors. So anyway, here's the pump. It's an Intex pump. It's got a nice long cord. I think 25 foot with a GFCI plug. Plus I'll be plugging it into a GFCI outlet. It came with the 2 hoses, and it came with, I believe, this fitting here. And that was it. I had to buy this one separate and these 2 plunger valves separate. I got everything on Amazon and eBay. I think Amazon carries these now. And this is just a little thermometer. It drops in the water. And this is a little cap. I'll show you what that's for later. And it uses these type filters. It's type A, C. And they're pretty cheap. I think it's like maybe $10 for a 2-pack. Pick them up at Walmart. So here's the hole saw that I used. It's 2 3/4 inches. Let's see. Yeah, 2 3/4 inches. And it's another thing I like about these poly tanks is they got a nice big flat surface to put your hole. So I just drilled one there. This is my inlet and that's the outlet. I made the inlet lower. Some people put them up higher. I just don't want to. I don't want the pump sucking air if the water level gets low. These tanks come with a drain plug, a nice threaded drain plug. And I set the pump on this this concrete step just to keep it up off the ground. So I'm going to set the camera up on a tripod, and we're going to set this thing up and get it running today. Okay, real quick, here's the part number and the specs on the pump. And this came from Amazon. I want to say it was like $75 or $80. Alright, this is the inlet here. Got a rubber gasket. So we will put the rubber gasket on here, and we'll place this on the inside just like that. Then the lock ring. And just good and hand tight. That's all it needs. And these plunger valves. You need these so when you change the filter on the pump, you can shut the water off, so when you unhook the filter, it doesn't drain your pool. So you'll just turn the pump off, turn these valves, it'll shut the water off so the water can't escape. There's a gasket on here. There we go. Same with these, just hand tight. This one I can turn sideways and then the hose will run over to the pump, and I'll show you how it connects. Alright, let's do the other one here. Alright, for this one here, you got to take this little air spout off. Then you can get this nut off of here. Same thing, gasket. You just want that. Let's see if you can see there. You want that air spout pointing straight up. And that's what that little black plastic cap was for. Put it over this and you don't get any air bubbles. If you take the cap off, it allows air bubbles to mix with your incoming water. Alright, next is the plunger valve for this one. I made up these lanyards. One holds the thermometer and then the other one holds the air cap, so I don't lose it. Gasket on there. Alright, now we'll hook up the hoses and the pump. This is your on-off switch, and it's also a timer, so you can set it to the pump to turn on and run for anywhere from 2 hours to 12 hours at a time, or you can just turn it off and on manually. Unscrew this cap, and that's where the filter goes. Just hooks on there like that. There's a gasket, a big round O-ring style gasket. That's just going to lay right inside there. Then push that down just a little bit. And then this ring. Snug there. That's just to let air out after you change the filter. Crack that open. With it running, air will come out, and then it'll start squirting water. Then you just tighten that back up. Good to go. All we got to do now is hook up the hoses and plug it in, and we can fill it up with water. Alright, so this is your intake on this side. Just screw it on. And tight. Get all the dirt out of there. And these use O-rings. On the plunger valves there. So there's no gasket on here. This just slides over that O-ring. Oh, down here. There you go. Trying to remember how I had everything oriented last time. Alright, that looks correct. I'm going to take a break here for a minute, and we'll get back to it in just a second. This is the outlet, and this goes to the filter side of the pump setup. Same thing, just slides over an O-ring. It's good if it's got a little bit of water on it, helps slide over that O-ring. Snug them down good by hand. And then we can slide that back just a little. Get out of the way here. All right. So there's your outlet. That's where the water's going to come out. Your adjustable jet there. Got your air cap for bubbles. If you want bubbles, pull the cap off. And that hose hooks into the filter side, and then the inlet, or where it sucks the water in here, that goes to the pump side. Pretty simple. And I've got this bench that I built. I've got another video on that. And this is going to sit over the pump and protect the pump and the hoses from somebody kicking it or tripping over it or whatever. So after we get everything running, filled up with water, we'll get the bench into place. Oh yeah, one quick thing here. This is a drain plug. You can use a 1/2-inch drive socket to take it out if it's real tight. It's got an O-ring on it, and this O-ring's got some cracks in it. But I just put Teflon tape on here and tape it up real good. And it doesn't seem to be an issue. So let me get that taped up and installed, and we'll get some water in this pool. Alright, I found some Teflon tape. This is suitable for like a gas connection, like propane or something, or natural gas. That's all I could find, but it'll work fine. So you just want to wrap that in the direction that you're going to install it. We'll get 5 or 6 good wraps on there. This stuff's a little bit thicker than the white stuff. Alright. So now when you thread it in, it won't try to unravel your tape. It'll go with the direction, go with the flow. So I'm going to screw this in, and we'll get the hose in there and go from there. Alright, I got the drain plug started, and I'm just going to use this ratchet and tighten it up. We'll try that, and we'll keep an eye on it. May have to get a new O-ring if it tries to leak. We'll see. All right, the water is going in. So far, no leaks from the drain plug. Hasn't got high enough for the hoses yet. As soon as it fills up the hoses here, and both inlet and outlet, we'll turn the pump on. So far, so good. I did not get it perfectly level, but it's close enough. The water will tell on you. It's probably an inch out, which I can live with that for the summertime. Kids won't mind. Alright, I think we got enough water to fire up the pump and see what happens here. Working like a charm. All the air is out of it. I might have to tighten this up a little bit here. Alright, so that's with no bubbles, and if you pull this little cap off here, it lets air into it there. For whatever reason. Alright, she's fully operational. I'll probably let it fill up a couple more inches. Yeah, I'll let it get all the way up above that outlet. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. I got to get the bench in position, set it over here, and let me go ahead and do that and show you what it looks like all complete. Oh yeah, and I got my PVC towel rack that I made. I got a video on that as well, and it holds the skimmer net that has a hole drilled in it to let water drain out. And that's just a wooden planter that I filled up with a bag of concrete. But this pipe was kind of flimsy, so I put a piece of electrical conduit inside of it, and it stiffened it up really nice. Alright, so we'll get that in place, get the bench where we want it, and then we'll see what it looks like. Alright, I got everything in place, got the bench where I want it, the towel rack / net holder. Pump's not too noisy. Come around this side, you can't even hardly hear it. So the only thing I have left to do is get a new floater for the chlorine tablets, and get some pool noodles around the edges here. And that's it. Turned out pretty nice. No leaks. All right, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll answer them as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching Projects with Paul. We'll see you next time.